is shining over me. I got a good thing coming. So wait and see. It's a good, good. There ain't nothing like this right here. Got me seeing things crystal clear. So high, I can fight them all. It's gonna lift me up. There's a fire underneath my feet. Got me rolling like a river deep. Let it flow, cause I know that my soul's gonna lift me up. Got a good thing coming, and it's all I need. Everything I wanted is in front of me. Stuck it up in a down. Sun is shining over me. I got a good thing coming. So wait and see. It's a good, good thing.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another live. Happy
What
Thursday.
up?
What's up, Evan? You got the protein shake over there, man?
Second one of the day, my friend.
Let's go. What kind of protein you drinking over there, man?
Dude, I don't like this kind. I usually get like a simple like Equate brand from Walmart that my trainer just told me to get, and then my wife went to a different grocery store.
Yeah.
And she was like, they don't have that brand because it's obviously the Walmart brand. And this is like a Muscle Milk brand or something like that. I don't really like it. I don't like the way it tastes. The other one's better.
I got to recommend you some because I have my wife found some on Amazon. I'll send you. That's really, really good. It's got good macros and all that jazz. So I'll send that over to you.
Yeah, I'm just looking for it to not be chalky. Like,
oh, dude,
that one's real chalky. That Muscle Milk one.
This one's called Flav City. If you've ever heard of that, it's on Amazon. You can grab it anywhere.
My wife did another one. I don't remember what it was called. It wasn't bad. It was good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice, dude. Well, how's your week been? What have you been working through in the video business?
A lot. Trying to get some new clients. I've got this one guy. He's like on the fringe. I'm just touch point with him, trying to land. It's probably be like a 15K deal or so.
Nice.
So working on that. I literally just booked a call for tomorrow for a sales call, and then I got like 2 more people that just came through my DMs through my ads. So see what that turns into as well.
Build that inbound system, baby.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it, dude. Well, guys, if you have any questions, drop them down below. We'll get to those in just a minute here. We're live on Instagram as well. So anybody on Instagram, let us know. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. But yeah, so with the people who came through DMs, like, that's from your funnel, the ads we have running.
Yep.
Those people came through.
Yep.
Already booked some calls with them.
Yep. Those are like direct from DM stuff.
Nice.
You know, I have some other ad structure stuff that's kind of just some traffic related things to my Instagram.
Yep.
Just for kind of eyeball sake.
Yep.
But these are all from direct to like a lead magnet or like my offer language.
Nice.
That I've got rolling out there. So
I love it. Well, guys, if you're on the live here, drop a comment down below. Let us know where you're tuning in from. See if my video is unfreezing here. Sorry.
There it goes.
Latency issues. This cord I have is acting up on me literally 2 seconds ago, so I haven't had time to fix it. But what are some of the things you're seeing that people run into right now, Evan? Like, what are some of the kind of the problems people are running into, or what are some things you've seen? Because you're on coaching calls with our clients every day.
Sure. So I think one of the biggest things is coming from people who aren't like back end tech savvy to like the tech stack things in the back end.
Yep.
So like the CRM and different things
Yep.
like that. It's just like that's like a whole new world for people. And they're a little more slow going through getting those steps kind of knocked out. But
Yep.
like I just always repeat to them is, you know, it's like going to the gym and getting in there and just being with the thing.
Yep.
Obviously, we have to have good time management, and that's where our time audit and things come in. But you got to learn that skill too to understand. Even if you hire it out to somebody, you have to be able to troubleshoot, right? To a certain extent. So.
Well, and you talked about time management there, which I think is super important because it's like I think a lot of people are working in their business, not working on their business.
Of course, yeah.
It's a huge difference. You got to be working on your business to where you're working on getting more leads, getting more clients, getting more calls, right? Like that is the thing you need to be looking at as far as growing your business. Because if you're focusing on things like, you know, just working on the videos, making your clients happy, like all that's important, but the problem is you need to be focused on getting more clients. Otherwise, you are super busy, and then the next month you have literally nothing else going on, and you're like, oh shoot, like what do I do now, right? And that's a huge mindset shift for a lot of people, which is it's hard because we go from like a freelancer, technician, someone who's just like doing the job, a craftsman. I just did a case study with Justin Greenman in our program. Just did a case study with him. I'm uploading later today, but it's like. He came from that mindset of like, I am a craftsman, but I'm really good at my craft, but I now need to learn how to actually grow a business that serves other people. And
the way that I like to look at it from the frame of like, you can't come from a one person job, right? You're now selling packages that literally involve multiple people to do, and they're going to involve multiple people salaries, if you will, right? And that's one of the reasons why we have to charge higher amounts for these projects to have them happen in the cadence that we want them to happen.
Yeah.
Right. And I just posted I saw a reel last night while I was walking my dog that was talking about a videographer. It's a very low paying skill set, right? Because as a videographer, you just show up and you press record.
Yep.
Right. So I posted it on my stories and I put a little, bit of text on it. And I said, if you're just looking for a videographer, I said, what's the next move, boss? Like I can show up on set and say, okay, what are we doing? That's what you're paying me for. You're paying me to figure out all of that stuff or to teach you how to implement all of like whatever it might be as far as your offer. Yeah. But that's another person's job, right? So that's.
Do you want to be a button pusher, or do you want to be a business owner that can solve a business's problem? Help them through strategy, like. In 2024, man, like if you're not helping your clients implement the videos as a video business owner, a videographer, like you're in trouble because there's companies that are, and they're going to take your clients. Right. Yeah. And that's something a lot of people don't want to think about.
Or you're going to, or you get stuck in that kind of like $500 a month SMMA. Kind of mental
low ticket, not being able to charge.
It's not doing anything. Right. So it's just at what value did they perceive that it is? And that's all they're willing to pay. But it's
the people who are like, I know my worth, right? I know. It's like, if you're not making more money, you don't know your worth because other people don't know your worth.
Right. You're exactly right. Exactly.
Right? It's like the market will pay you whatever the value it is that you deem or they deem necessary at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah. If it's just so that their Instagram can look good, probably not going to pay you as much as somebody that would actually bring conversations or leads or engagement or whatever it is.
Solve bigger problems, make more money, right? So it's like, how can we solve a bigger problem for our clients using the content that we're creating, as opposed to just creating content and like letting them have that.
I couldn't agree more.
Media says true. Yeah, absolutely, man. 100%. What were you gonna say, Evan?
No, I was just saying you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, 100%. Got some questions in the chat. Let's go over these. Geo Digital Media from Charlotte, North Carolina. In your experience, what is the best way to submit a proposal after a discovery meeting? Evan, you want to take this one?
Book them on either another call, or you continue the discovery meeting and go into the strategy.
Yeah,
because you should already know a rough outline of what it's going to cost to achieve the things, because these can be kind of step and repeat to an extent. You might have to change a few things here and there, but you should have a rough idea of what it is. And and you should either continue on the call and go over the strategy. I'll usually ask them at the end of the discovery if I have a good back and forth with them going. There's no reason to leave and come back unless you reframe it to them as like, I'm going to go and customize something for you.
Yeah.
And then they know like, oh, he's going to already go do work for me. I haven't paid him a dime. They're going to show up to that second call and figure out what exactly that's going to entail.
Yeah.
And then it's your job to close them from there.
Yeah. So do it on a call. Don't send it to them.
Don't send it. Yeah.
Don't ever do that.
Nope.
Don't ever do that. We got people from Ottawa in here, Indianapolis, Indiana. I was in Indiana last week.
Nice.
Got Courtney jumping back in. We are happy to see you back in the main program, Courtney. Excited to see you. Bruno, where can I watch your ad? It should be on your feed already, Bruno. Already. I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. You can just go on. It'll probably pop up on either Facebook or Instagram at some point. So, if you have any questions on that, just DM us or let us know. We can send you a link to it. I responded to an inbound DM I got who just happened to be on a B2B niche. Answered her questions, asked my own. She ended up saying that she thought that putting videos on social media. I don't think you finished your comment here. And using that as a way to bring it. I handled it pretty well. Explained. Nice. Okay. Cool. Perfect. So if you explained that, did you have a specific question on that? Like, was there any questions you had around what questions you should be asking in that call? Give us a little bit more there. How would you have answered that? So what we like to do, and Evan, maybe you can chime in on this too. We have a structure to our calls. So when someone's hopping on a call with us, we want to go through a process with that call. So typically it's intro rapport. It's you asking them questions about their business. You want to save their questions for you till the end of that meeting. If you want to learn more about like our sales process, we have a video on YouTube on here if you want to check that out. But Evan, maybe you want to talk about that a little bit. Like, what's the process you typically use?
Yeah, no. So, I mean, much like the same kind of framework that we use, it's kind of the Hormozi framework. It's that closer framework, right? Like you really have to figure out why that they're on the call with you. And then you have to go through what they're currently doing, where they're trying to go, and then really figure out what steps they're currently taking to get there, what they feel like is holding them back from getting there. And then like bridging to the close of like, do you want some help with that? Do you want to see how I can maybe help you with that?
Yep.
And then you can go into pushing for the money ask and all of that. But it's really, you got to spend a good 20 or so minutes really figuring out what they're doing currently to solve the problem that they have to get where they want to go. Because that's, if they're not already trying, or if they
think they can get there on their own, or they don't need you, then why are they paying you in the first place?
Yeah,
right?
Why are they even talking to you?
The whole point of a sales call is to build a gap of where they are to where they want to be. And if you're not building that gap, then it's really difficult for you to charge them anything or prescribe a solution. Because it's like you go into the doctor's office, you being like, the doctor being like, where does it hurt? And you saying, doesn't hurt, I'm fine. The doctor can't really give you medicine or prescribe a solution because what are they going to do? You have no problem, right? And so you need to dig until you find a problem on that sales meeting and really find that problem and press on it, because people don't make a change until the problem or the cost of being where they're at is so high that it's less risky for them to make a move and make a decision to go somewhere and do something else, right?
Yeah, I think also too, and I know I struggle with this early on as well, but like, don't take like surface level answers for what they say. You know what I mean? Like you have to understand how to like really dig deep into, because there's always another problem uncovered by a problem solved. So really figuring out why they want to grow their Instagram following. Right? Like that can be a goal. Great. But why? What is the result of that happening for you? And then you really figure out what kind of, system package, series of videos, whatever is going to accomplish that for them. And it makes sense.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, that's where I think a lot of beginners struggle when they're having these sales conversations, because it's not a question of like, if someone gives you an answer, a lot of times what people do is they'll just take it. So if I say like, Evan, like why, what's the purpose behind creating this content? And if you're like, I want to get more views, like an amateur would be like, okay, cool. But,
next question.
Right. And then go on to the next question. But really what you want to do is dive deeper into like, well, why do you want to get more views? What's the purpose behind that?
Yeah.
What do you feel like that's going to do for the business if you're able to get more views?
Yeah.
Right. And you want them to answer the questions. You don't want to make statements at them, because when they answer those questions, they're not only telling you, but they're telling themselves why they need
100%.
to do this. Right.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Bruno, can you walk us through a recent conversation you had with a client who was on the fence about spending on a video? Evan, do you have a recent conversation like that? Bruno, if you have one too, like a specific example, pop it down below and we can help you on that.
So I have a guy, like I prefaced at the beginning of the call, I have this guy who's like super on the fringe. He's been in my pipeline for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So like he's
long-term lead.
Yeah, he's been being nurtured by everything that I do, but he came to me, this is like 2 weeks ago or so, and was like, hey, so I've got this idea. I want to start doing this on a regular basis, doing this on a regular basis. And it was literally like one of my pre-framed packages that like I already have. So it was like in my head while he's going through all this, like he didn't even have to finish. I just knew like, okay, yeah, I can help you. But then I had to go into the why of, why do you want to even make all this content in the first place? And then he went into telling me about, how they, it's a roofing company. Right.
Yeah.
But they're not like the insurance, grab the storm chasing kind of, roof replacement things. They're really working with people who are paying retail, building their first home from scratch, or maybe putting on a better roof to get more value out of the house before they sell it, things like that. Right. So he would tell me all of those things. And I'd have to say like, okay, well, do you think on the current cadence of content that you guys are producing, because they do try, right? And they've tried in the past, but they're not consistent with it. Yeah. So they do see those dips in when they're not doing it, what happens to their business. And I kind of use that as a reflection of like, well, if y'all had more time to do the jobs, make more sales, whatever, and somebody else was handling these things for you, you've already seen that it works by you doing it in a half-ass way that you've been doing it. Let somebody come in and actually give you the right structures to do this on an even more, I don't want to say sensitized, but just consistent, like it's done and you don't have to worry about it. And you already know what it's going to do for you. It's just now let's just keep the machine going.
Well, I think a key thing you said there is why, right? Because you want to play the negative in the sales conversation. So if somebody's like, I want to do this, play the negative, play like it's almost like reverse psychology. Where it's like, well, why do you want to do that? Like, you guys are doing okay right now, Bruno. Why not keep doing what you're doing? It seems like you're doing okay, right? Yeah. It's like, well, because we want to do X, Y, and Z. And so then you're able to tie that in a little bit more. Let's see if I can get my stuff rolling, dude. This camera's killing me today.
You need a new cable, bro.
Yeah, it is my cable. Hold on. Let's see. There we go.
There we go.
I had to order something from Amazon after this. But so you play that negative of like, well, why do you want to do this? Like, what is the purpose behind it? What is the reasoning behind it? And then the other side of that, Bruno, too, is like, if they're on the fence, there's a million reasons why. So you need to get clarity on that. You can't like on the fence could mean they don't have the money. It can mean they don't see the value. It can mean that they want to do it, but they just, it's not, there's some logistical reason. It could mean that their business partner said it's a bad idea. It could be that,
they're scared to invest.
Their uncle that lives down by the river said that you shouldn't spend money on video. Like, it could be a million reasons why. You have to dive deeper into like what specifically is the reason that you feel like maybe you want to think about this, or maybe it's not the right fit. And the sad truth is a lot of people are spending, or they're losing a lot of sales because they just simply don't know how to objection handle. And objection handling it sounds aggressive, but really it's just concern handling. So like, if you don't know how to handle somebody's concerns, you're going to lose a lot of money, a lot of projects. Like if each project's 15K and you lose out on, 2 of those or 3 of those every single month, you're losing 45K that you could be making if you had the right systems and processes to handle that objection. And so if you have more of a specific example, let us know, but it comes down to getting clarity on like, I know you said you're on the fence, Evan, but like what specifically do you feel like is holding you back from maybe jumping in and starting a project to create content to help you, scale your business to $500,000 a month, like you said you wanted to get to?
Yeah. The one that I like to handle the most is, how do I know it's going to work for me?
How do you
You
hang
know,
it up?
I just tell her, I was like, you don't. Like, that's what I tell people. Like, sometimes, like, because what I know with part of anything that, like, any uncertainty, unsurety in life, right? Like going to the gym, for example, right? Like, I could go to the gym, I could half-ass my way through the gym, and it won't work for me. But that's how I approach it. But if I go into it with, I know this is going to work, I know this is going to be the thing because it's going to do XYZ because you just laid that out for them.
Yep.
Then they have more rest assured that, okay, this is going to be the thing that I need to get there.
Yeah. 100%.
But people
Well,
so
and that's-
caught off guard with
it's a trap a lot of people fall into where it's like, how do I know this is going to work for me? I always play the negative. I say, maybe you don't, right?
Yeah,
Like you said,
that's what I do too.
how do I know that you're going to show up and we're going to be able to do this and this and you're going to follow the schedule that we have, right? All I can tell you, I can't guarantee you anything because you could get hit by a bus tomorrow. You don't know, right?
Yeah.
All I can do is guarantee that we're going to show up, we're going to do our job, we're going to create content, we're going to build brand awareness. People are going to start to learn more about your business. Do you think, Evan, and I flip it back on them as a question, I say, Evan, do you think that if we created more brand awareness, more people saw your content, people who were your ideal customer, and they started to build more trust with you, do you think that would translate into some of those people becoming a client or buying from you?
Yeah.
And then let them answer and let them tell you, not you tell them.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people get stuck on that in the conversations where you get into justification mode and you're like, Evan, why should I go with you? I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't.
Yep. And what's so funny too is that, like, there's so much stuff that happens when we talk about generating revenue through the systems and our video packages and stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's still so much downstream out of our control as video production agencies, companies, that we honestly, feasibly, at the end of the day, you cannot guarantee revenue. Because if I can bring the leads to you all day long through some,
But if you're
form
not
of-
handling them,
you're handling them right, your sales
following up.
process sucks, you have bad closers,
Yep.
whatever it might be, I can't do anything about it. I could if I wanted to add that as a component of my business,
Right.
but I don't think there's some people that do and some people that don't, right? So
Yeah.
you could value stack that in your offers and stuff like that, but it's just,
Yeah, you can make a guarantee that you'll help them. You'll work with them until a certain result is achieved, but you can't physically guarantee that they're going to get some sort of result because you just can't do that. Like that,
Mhm.
there's no way for you to know that,
Mhm.
right? And so, like, as opposed to falling into the trap of like, how do I know this is going to work, or why should I go with you? If they say why should I go with you, you just flip it back on them and say maybe you shouldn't, because then that lowers their guard and they're like, oh wait, what do you mean? Hold on,
Yeah.
what do you mean maybe I shouldn't?
Yeah.
Well, it just depends on what you're looking for, Evan. Like, are you looking for X, Y, and Z, or are you more so looking for A, B, and C? And then you have two different options there. And we give, obviously, our clients like a full, I think I've recorded like 55 objection handling videos on how to handle each one of these objections that
Yeah.
probably has made people a lot of money at this point. I got to track that at some point. But
Yeah.
like our full clients get that, obviously, and they go through and like how to actually handle those. But, if you can't handle those concerns, you're losing money every single time you talk to somebody, because that is a sale that you could have made.
Yeah.
Right? And that's painful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. I think it really is just maintaining that, putting it back on them and not like letting them put it on you, because the minute that they flip it in the sales call and put it all on you and like put the pressure on you to perform, you've lost at that
Mhm.
point, because
Mhm.
they are the ones who want to achieve the goals that they said. They are responsible for their business. We are simply somebody who's going to help them using content get to whatever goal they said they wanted to get to.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's see what else we got here. Bruno, good question. If you have anything else, let us know. Or I think you're in our school group. Ping us in school too. Have you ever had a client who wouldn't pay the payment in full until the entire project has been delivered? If so, is it a good idea that you deliver the watermarked
I
product?
can answer this.
Go for it.
Because I'm currently going through it right now.
Okay.
So I
great.
had a referral come through. This was a referral. So I treat
Yeah.
referrals a little bit differently than I do.
Referrals or laydowns. They're easy, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I redid their website for them and set them up with like a little CRM, and then I did a brand film for them. It was supposed to be a 2-month project. We're now in month, I think, 4 coming up, and now I have been told that my payment is going through on Friday, tomorrow. But I told them I'm not going to deliver anything until I see that that transaction has been started and pending through the account and everything like that. But I made it very clear to them that I was going to send over with watermarks all of that just until they were happy with kind of the final result. We had a preliminary meeting after the first delivery of it. And there was a bit of a hiccup there. That's a longer story for another day. But yeah, just because of the hoopla that it's now turned into, not from my end. I have upheld everything from my end.
Yeah.
But now they are not getting things without watermarks, without, contingency things on my end.
No, you have to hold on to the leverage that you have. For us, it's either that you're paying in full beforehand, or you're putting a card on file and you're paying that amount before you get anything from us, right? Yeah. And so you need to make sure you have that. A lot of people are like, well, how could I do that? It's like, you own your business. You make the rules. Yeah. They can choose to not work with you if they don't like those rules. But it's like, I was in the mindset when I was a freelancer, I was like, oh, it's net 60. That's fine. Like, how crazy is that when you think about that? You're like, let's do work up front for free, basically, and then hope that we get paid in 2 months, right? Or net 30. It's like, that's not how it's going to work here. You pay us up front, or if we have a payment schedule that we need to talk about, then we agree on that prior, right? And you have that card on file. And so if you're using something like QuickBooks or Stripe, or get a little hack for you is like, go to your bank and open a merchant account and get a processing payment system through your bank, like through Wells Fargo or whatever, and then just put their card on file. So then you can pull the other half on the agreement, on the contract that you sign with them, right? Super simple. Bruno says, do you guys incorporate a 20% business operations fee per project? How does your business make money after paying? No. So you wouldn't want to do that, because like, the client should never know your margins. Like, that's not their business. Yeah. What you do want to do is you just build your prices in you should really be having 50 to 70% margins if you're doing it the right way. So per package, you should be shooting for 50 to 70% as far as a margin, but all that's baked into one price. The customer sees one price. That's how much it is for this package or this retainer. They don't see anything else from you.
Because again, customers shouldn't care about delivery.
They don't care. Yeah. They're like, what the heck? Because the minute you show them that, they're gonna be like, what the heck is this 20% operations fee? Yeah. Why am I paying for this? Right. Yeah. It's kind of like how you hate, I don't know who hates Spirit Airlines as much as I do, but it's like you go on Spirit and you pay like $20 for your flight, but then it's like, like 50 to $100 for your bag. And then it's like, $100 for XYZ. And like, they're just like upselling you. After I went through that process one time, I felt so nickel and dimed. I was like, I hate this place. I hate them. Whereas like, and that's the same way your clients are going to feel if you're like tacking on all these extra charges. It's the same thing people ask when you're paying, like, it's like, should I do a 3% credit card fee? It's like, no, just build that into the price. Like, just make it
all in one price. This is the package.
Yeah.
This is the goal you want to have happen. And this is the engine.
And that's what we work through with our clients as well. But it's like, you never want to, just like give them all of those prices, because like, that's none of their business. They should know one price. This is how much it is. And it's your job as the business owner to make sure your margins are correct when you're selling this package to them.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do some ask? No, I mean, if they ask, we just don't give it. Like, that's not
how we roll.
That's not how we roll, right? We make the rules, and we've had plenty of clients that go through and get plenty of deals, and myself and Evan.
Because if that's an objection,
it's an objection.
Like,
because they want to get your price.
Why do you need that?
Why do you need that? Yeah. So if they're like, hey, can I see an itemized deliverable list? Yeah. I mean, so can I ask, like, what's behind that? Yeah. Like, I guess what's making you wanting to see or want to see an itemized deliverable list? Like, what are you looking for specifically? Oh, we wanted to see if we could cut costs. Okay. So that's a different problem now. And we need to tackle that objection there. Right. But no, you should never be itemizing out, because that's how they nickel and dime you to get you cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Because like it's none of their business. Like, it's this much money for this amount of videos, this much every month, and that's what they get, period. Yeah. Never, ever, 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 ever do that, please. Hopefully that makes sense, Bruno. And then Evan, I know you got to run in 1 minute. I'll stick around if we have more questions. And I'll be on here solo and I'll go through anything you guys have here.
No
My
problem,
voice teacher
dog.
does that. Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, without social media content, do you think it would affect client acquisition? I would turn that more into a question. So I'd say, how do you feel like your client acquisition would be affected if you didn't have consistent social media content? Turn it into a question. Flip that around. Yeah. Cool. Anything else, Evan? Any other final thoughts, man?
No, man. I have another call I got to jump on in, and then I got to get to the UPS store and then into Slack here and get with all of our clients.
How
Yeah.
many people we have in Slack right now? 300?
I don't know, but sometimes when people leave, you guys leave me in there as the sole person, and I can't leave the
Oh,
leave
shoot.
the little chat. So we'll have to talk about that another day.
Yeah. Hit me up. I'll get you taken.
But no,
care
I
of,
have
man.
I have a laundry list of people that I
We have
know
a lot of
still aren't in the
clients in there. We
program,
love
but
them
I
all,
can't
though, man.
leave the thing because I'm the only one that's left in it.
Wins
So-
have been popping off too, man. I'm
Yeah.
about to release that case study with Justin. I just filmed right before this, so I'm excited.
We had so big wins for George
Oh yes,
at
Yeah.
Verge Studios. He's getting like $15 leads right now. He's
Let's go.
booking calls. Like a cost per link click is like sub $2.
Whew.
$25 CPMs right now.
That man's about to be printing.
I had a
money.
one-on-one with him yesterday, and he was like, things are going great, but they're getting a little chaotic. And I was like, so it's working. And he was like, yeah, I think so. And I'm like, and I looked
It's a
at all
problem when you have too many leads and too many people.
Yeah, he's like,
it's
how
a
do
bad
I
problem.
manage
It's
all
not a
these
bad problem to have, but it's still a problem. At the
Yeah,
end of the day.
yeah, no, but his stuff is working pretty solid. He has a really
I love it.
he has a really cool offer. I had to reshift him on like some of his like sales process language and like when he would drop stuff, but I reframed him and refocused him yesterday. So he's
Building
he's
that
got
system,
like
baby.
20 or so leads in his pipeline to follow up with. He's booked a session through his offer
Yep.
and everything. So he's-
Validated it, got that
Yep.
first close, and then
Yep.
we're just pumping from there, man. That's
yeah, man.
building a system that prints you money at the end of the day. That's our job.
Yes,
We
sir.
try
Yes,
to.
sir.
I like the Star Wars background too, man. I'll let you run though.
You-
the
do you
color
like that?
scheme is sick. Yeah.
Like, that's like a pack. I got 4 of those lights. There's 2 behind my other side of my desk, but I got a pack
I
of
love
4
it.
of them on Amazon for like $150.
I love it, man. I
Pretty
love
cool.
it. Well, cool. I'll let you get back to clients.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me know if you need anything. Guys, I'll
problem.
stick around for another minute here. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I will be dipping soon.
Peace out.
Evan, appreciate
Later.
the time, dude. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Let's see. Courtney, keep card on file and charge monthly unless yeah. So you have that in a contract. So you just want to have a contract that says, hey, we agree on this payment schedule and us pulling the card. I can't tell you how much money my business has made and our clients' businesses have made by simply just having the card on file and pulling it. Because what other people do is they'll send the invoice and then they have to wait a million years for the client to actually pay it. And then you're waiting around, and you don't have any sort of way of like actually getting that payment in. So you want to make sure that you have that on file. If you do not have that on file, you do not want to wait for the client to decide to pay you, because then you could be waiting a while there. Let's see if I have anything else on Instagram. How would you land a client? Dirk's over here on Instagram. How would you land a client if your livelihood depended on it? I have all the skills, high-level videography and editing, also a big page where businesses are super receptive. So if you have a big page, a big following, or just any following, go to your followers. Those are all leads. Like your followers is like a lead list of people. So go to your page and hit everybody up who is a follower and just send them a message like, hey, appreciate you giving me a follow. Are you here for just the content, or are you looking to scale your business? So if you have someone that's following you, go through. Don't DM everybody at once, because you'll set off flags for the Instagram, Facebook kind of police. They'll get mad. But just go to each follower and send them a DM. And anytime somebody follows you, send them a DM and say, hey, thanks for the follow, right? Are you here for just the content, or are you looking to grow your business using content? And then start a conversation with them over the DMs and turn that into then a call that you book. And we give our full client scripts on this. Turn that into a call that you book. And then from there, turn that call into a client or a percentage of them, right? So like, I think a lot of people don't realize this. Anybody who follows you on Instagram, Facebook, those are all leads because they raised their hand and said, hey, I'm interested in talking to you about something. or I'm interested in working with you on something, right? And so you want to make sure that you're hitting those people up and you're maximizing those leads. Courtney, yeah, absolutely, for sure. Let's see, what other questions do we have, guys? I'll be on here for another couple minutes. Let's see, going on Instagram here. But yeah, if you're not DMing your followers, everybody who follows you is a free lead. So like, you just hate money if that's if that's the case. You need to make sure that you're hitting them up. Let's see. What else? Any other questions, guys? Going once. I got to get a new cord for this dang camera over here. It's going crazy. Going twice. Sweet. Well, I appreciate you guys popping on. If you have any questions for us, let us know. If you want to learn more about what we do at Master Filmmaker, shameless plug, there's a link down below. You can schedule a call with our team. And if you have any questions for me, shoot me a DM, and I am happy to help. And we will see you guys next week here. Peace.
If you know what I mean. It's outrageous when you see it, gonna make you believe. It's contagious, gonna get you if you know what I mean. It's outrageous when you see it, gonna make you believe. It's a good thing. Good thing. It's a good thing. Got a good thing coming, and it's all I need. Everything I wanted is in front of me. It's looking up and down, sun is shining over me. I got a good thing coming, just wait and see. It's a good